Yeah, tough night. We felt like we had good practices coming up. We felt like we were ready, and from the beginning of the game, we just looked a little bit tight, a little bit, some nerves, and got down, deep deficit 25-5 to start the game. And when you're playing against a top team like this, it just can't happen. We showed some signs, put some different lineups in, learned a lot about ourselves. Number one is obviously we got to rebound the ball a lot better, but tough game, just got to DMGB. Doesn't matter, get better, and great learning experience for our guys.
Percy, go ahead, Percy.
Hey, Coach, I am. So in terms of the rebounding, any ideas as to where is it that you go to shore that up?
Well, a big part of it was our guards. Our guards just didn't do a good enough job rebounding. They were leaking. Our guards need to stay in there and be tough. We had good moments. And as the game progressed, it was just, we were just leaking. And so we know exactly what we have to do, but most of our guards had, Quad A had 1 rebound, Marcus 2 in the minutes he played. We've got it's a mentality. And, they're an aggressive team. They're big and physical. They shoot the ball exceptionally well. So they've got really good balance. And so we're extended. And when you're extended like that and they shoot the ball so well, we need to have a better effort of going in rather than going out. And that was exposed tonight for sure.
And then just this last thing from me. In the first half, you took 24 3-pointers, but in the second half, only 8. Was there something that you just didn't like there, or was that just—
How many in the first did you say, Percy? I didn't hear your question, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, just the 3-pointers that you took in the first half as compared to the 8. I mean, as compared to the second half.
Well, I thought we got some decent looks. I really did. A couple of late shot clocks where I put some lineups in the last 10, 15 minutes. But, listen, when we get them, we got to take open ones and we got to knock them down, bottom line. And, Baylor does a really good job. They're exceptionally physical. They got up on our shooters. They did a great job on Quad A and made it very difficult for us to get anything. And so, the ones that we do get, we got to step up and knock them down. But I don't think it was anything like take less threes. It was what the defense was giving us.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Lauren, go ahead, Lauren.
Hey, Hop. Jamal said that one of the keys for you guys for the game was getting to the basket. Why do you think you weren't able to kind of do that with success and get into a rhythm on offense?
Well, it wasn't necessarily getting to the basket. We want to have good ball movement, player movement, which we've been working on, and it just they were aggressive on us in man-to-man situations, and it forced us to in certain situations to look to get into the paint and be aggressive on that, maybe get them in foul trouble. And we showed a couple of things that were really good, but we need to have offensive balance. We've been so post-oriented the last couple of years that ball movement. If we do have space to be able to drive in there and come to jump stops and either score or kick out for threes. And we showed some good signs. It just wasn't consistent. And then when we did get some open threes, we just couldn't knock them down. Sometimes that happens.
And then Raekwon Battle gave you some good minutes coming in off the bench. What did you like from him tonight?
I love Raekwon's fight. I felt like in the beginning of the game, they hit us in the face pretty fast early, and we didn't respond well. We looked a little bit tight and hesitant. And as we move forward, that's why we wanted to play this game, see what the best feels like. And I felt like Raekwon was battling. I felt like he was competing, and if he can do that, get him some open shots, he'll shoot better percentages, and he's going to really help us as we move forward.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Chris Myers, go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Hop. Given last year's result, what do you think was the biggest difference between the 2 years?
Oof. We did a way better job defending the 3-point line. I mean, you play a top team in the country and they go 13 for 29. And then last year, I think they were +4 on the rebounding end. They didn't hurt us in the paint. We held them to like 32% near the basket. And, we got some young faces, new faces. Last year we had young faces, same type of situation. But I was really proud of Nate Roberts. I thought he really, battled down there and fought, and that's all we can ask. But they, when we came back last year's game, we fought them, and we fought them pretty hard. I felt like there was moments tonight, but not consistent to be able to beat a team of this caliber.
Also, first impressions of your new guys like Jerron and Nate Pryor and Cole and Eric.
I thought Jerron, did a good job. I thought at the beginning he was really nervous. He got that little, backdoor cut and missed a layup. And it was just one of those games where, we missed 2 layups. We got 2 layups blocked, and then they made threes, and you got down 25-5. And so that was hard. But I liked Jerron the second time he got in the game. Nate Pryor had some really good moments in the first half, getting us into our offense, being able to put Quad A off the ball. And Eric Stevenson, I thought at the beginning was a little bit tight, but then started getting going, had some good rhythm. And Cole Bajema, I thought he came in, he was aggressive. We're going to have some growing pains. And they all showed good signs. They just got to get better.
And I know in previous years, whether it was last year beating Baylor when they were highly ranked, or going to Kansas, for instance, and beating them, you obviously have had some early success against top-ranked teams. What do you think you can get out of it when maybe the opposite happens, when maybe the expected happens, when a top team maybe –
You know what, Chris? This year has been, this year is all about the kids. And, usually in past years, you get a couple exhibition games, you kind of see what you got. Our exhibition game was a real game against the number 2 team in the country. And so – but you know what? We wanted to play the game, and it was a great opportunity. Reminded me a lot of our first year when we played Virginia Tech in the Garden, and they beat us by 39 points, and they made 15 threes. And then 2 weeks later, we were able to come back and have a couple of those games and play Kansas exceptionally well, and then beat Arizona late. And this whole thing for me is about the kids, giving them opportunities to play, and then how do we get better? How do we get better every day? And that's what we're focused on. That's what we'll do. And had to learn a tough lesson tonight, but the lesson will be learned.
Appreciate it, Hop.
Thank you, Chris.
Dan Brady, go ahead, Dan Brady.
Coach, are you kind of in an orbit right now coming out of this game and not knowing where you're going to go? From listening to the broadcast, it seemed like Utah might be questionable.
You know what? Gosh, it's just it's 2020. It's just what it is. We're just ready for anything. We were able to get a game. So we got this game. We didn't win, unfortunately, and now we just got to get better. And then we'll prepare for the next game. If that game doesn't go, or you just got to get ready for the next one. But we're just trying to keep these guys engaged. We'll have some practices to get better. And the unknown, that's just what 2020 is, and we have to be ready for anything.
So do you go back to Seattle, or do you kind of wait to see what happens?
Well, we're waiting. We're planning on going to Utah right now. We just don't know, where that road will take us.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dan. Andy, on the sheet, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. So you guys had that nice little run right at the end of the first half, kind of brought it back a little bit, but Baylor hit you guys in the mouth again right out of halftime on a 15-5 run. What did you see? What was going wrong for you guys in those first 5 minutes out of the break?
Well, it was interesting, the things that we talked about. We had 2 breakdowns where they just drove right by us and scored, and then we didn't communicate on the defensive end. And after a couple of those baskets, they overloaded a side, and we didn't bump, that's what we call it. We just broke down, and they made 2 threes. And against a team like this, they came at us, and it's a valuable lesson. You got to be able to do your job. You got to be able to go out there and execute. You're getting the game plan, and a couple breakdowns against a team like this, get down against a team like this, and it's hard climbing.
Definitely. And last time you played these guys, again, it was your season opener. You had some time to prepare. This one kind of comes at you real fast. How much is that preparation kind of missed, especially coming up against a big game, a big team?
Well,
like this?
you know what, Andy, it's you have a preseason, you have a couple exhibition games where a lot of teams, everybody in the country didn't get to deal with that, and so you see some awkward scores or awkward play. I saw a lot of guys tired tonight. You could see that anticipation in that play. But the positive of that is they're getting to play. And that's what it's all about. It's all about these kids and giving them a sense of normalcy and getting on that court again in a place that they love to play and compete. So, we're just going to have to go back to the drawing board, learn from this, and move forward.
All right, guys, I have time for 2 more. I'm going to go Larry first and then Moss. So Larry, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, you've mentioned a couple of times how important it is to just put this behind you and get better. Are you pretty confident that these guys will take it in that spirit and not get down from a game like this?
I think so. We've got guys, Hamir, right? We had some pretty nice comments after the game from guys that have been here through some of our growing pains when we first started. And, we've got good talent and we just, you got to be able to execute your game plan. We got a couple new faces. We just got to give them more reps. We have new guys and new roles. They've got to get better. And, but the talent's there for sure. And, when we go into it, we'll get better from this and we'll learn from this. And, sometimes when you get a chance to get a game like this and the result, I've been a part of a few of them, it's all about how you respond. And these are all growing pains for our guys. And hopefully, we'll respond and with a standard of excellence and togetherness and watch film and get better and have some great practices and get ready to compete. Go in the arena one more time next week against Utah.
Moss, go ahead, Moss.
Yeah, Coach, just on that, just what does it mean to you, the kids, the coaching staff to actually have played a game so that you have something to look at and just feel good about this is what we do. This is what we're out to accomplish.
Listen, coaching is like teaching, right? You want to go out and you want to compete. You want to get those guys and prepare them as best as possible and go out there and just keep getting better and so many lessons. But to be able to go out in that court, and this is exactly where the season ended last year and it started again. We're so fortunate in Las Vegas. They've done a great job. It's been an incredibly safe environment. I got to applaud Baylor for playing us and coming out here. They were looking for game, and so that was really cool. And Seattle U was here, played an earlier game, and just to see basketball being played and sport being played and seeing the referees and they've got the unknown and, it's a fraternity. And, to see those coaches and see teams playing and kids having some normalcy is a blessing for sure. And I'm so happy to see it.
Thanks, Coach.